provides a way to look at and interact with all the information on the World Wide Web. The word browser seems to have originated prior to the web as a generic term for user interfaces that let you browse, navigate through, and read text files online. A web browser is a software application that enables a user to view and interact with text, images, and other information located on a web page at a website on the World Wide Web. It is a program that serves as your front end to the web on the internet, and in order to view a site, you need type its address into the browser's location field, and the home page of that site is downloaded to you. Examples of web browsers are Internet Explorer, Netscape Navigator, Mozilla Firefox, etc. Although browsers are typically used to access the World Wide Web, they can also be used to access information provided by web servers in private networks or content in file systems. The World Wide Web contains billions of files loaded with information. If a user is looking for some specific information, it is very difficult to start unless he has the address of a website that he has obtained somewhere. A special kind of website exists to enable users to look for information. Such websites are known as search engines. Search engines enable Internet users to search for web pages containing specific information. They also have the option of refining the search by putting conditions or specified keywords, and returns a list of the documents where the keywords were found. Search engines can locate relevant websites when users enter search terms or phrases. However, closely related to search engines are web directories. Web directories are human-compiled indexes of sites, which are then categorized. Web directories are organized website listings put together by human reviewers. The fact that a website is reviewed by an editor before being placed in the index means that getting listed in a directory is often quite difficult. Consequently, having a listing in a directory guarantees the website a good amount of well-targeted visitors. Most search engines will rank a website higher if they find that website in one of the directories. Directories place an emphasis on linking to site home pages and try to minimize deep linking. This makes directories more useful for finding sites instead of individual pages. Some directories attempt to solve this shortcoming by partnering with a search engine for supplemental listings. Uses of the Internet are described as follows. Information. The Internet was created initially to share information and programs, and it is still very much used today as a source of information. People can use the Internet to search for almost any kind of information. Someone interested in gardening can visit millions of websites related to gardening on the Internet. Most major newspapers and news channels are also online these days. Therefore, anyone who wants to know the latest news simply has to visit any one of these websites, and since these are updated many times a day, they are even more up-to-date than newspapers. Communication. One of the major uses of the Internet today is for communication purposes. It is much faster to send an email to someone than to send a letter, and the response can be as rapid. There are various means of communication on the Internet. Communication can also be in terms of sharing of updated information. As mentioned previously, most major newspapers and news channels are online these days, and news are communicated in real time, that is, as they happen. Education. More and more, the internet is being used for educational purposes. Students use the internet to look for information when they have some coursework or assignment to submit, or they use it as a learning aid. But many people are also following courses online, meaning they register for a course and instead of going to a classroom at a university, they sit in front of a computer at home or at the office and follow their courses by reading the lecture notes online or by viewing a video of their lecturer delivering a course. This mode of learning, known as e-learning, has the added advantage of taking place at home or at the office and at time that is convenient to the learner. Hence, remote access education is encouraging new methods of learning from home. Business. More businesses are going online, either for marketing purposes or for conducting business directly. E-commerce, or electronic commerce, consists primarily of the distributing, buying, selling, marketing, and servicing of products or services over electronic systems, such as the internet and other computer networks. E-business is more than just e-commerce. It covers business processes along the whole value chain, that is, electronic purchasing and supply chain management, processing orders electronically, customer service, and cooperation with business partners. Entertainment. A lot of people use the internet for entertainment purposes. People listen to live music and watch movies on the internet, or even download them. People also play games on the internet, either alone or with other people who are connected to the internet. Communicating on the internet. There are various ways of communication via the internet. These are described as follows. Email. It is a method of composing, sending, and receiving messages. It can send messages to multiple recipients by carbon copying the addresses of the recipients. It can also send a message that has attachments, and these include text, audio, video, graphics, or some other documents like a PowerPoint presentation. Chat is another popular activity on the web. A chat system is one where the user has to register and is provided with a username and password. Using this username and password, he can access the chat system at any time of the day. Different kinds of chat system exist, like the MSN Messenger and Yahoo Messenger. Newsgroup. A newsgroup is a repository for messages posted by many different users from around the world. Newsgroups are arranged in hierarchies, making it easier to find specific information. Usually, newsgroups focus on a specific subject. Mailing lists. A mailing list is a collection of names and addresses used by an individual or an organization to send material to multiple recipients simultaneously. Forums. Forums are websites on the World Wide Web where discussions can take place. Forums are also known as web forums, message boards, discussion boards, etc. The difference between forums and newsgroups is that some additional software is required to participate in a newsgroup, while there is no need for additional software to participate in a forum. Newsletter. E-newsletters can be published by businesses, especially companies or clubs, to provide information of interest to their employees or members. Most newsletters are free, although some are fee-paying. E-newsletters are similar to mailing lists, except that they are more commercial in nature. Blog. A blog is a website where messages are posted and are displayed in reverse chronological order. A blog is usually on a specific topic, that is, politics, health, etc. It is different from newsgroups and forums, since only the author or authoring group can create a topic for discussion on the blog. There are cases where blogs function as forums when other people are granted access to post on the blog, but the blog owners can initiate and frame the discussions. Wikis. A wiki is a special kind of website where the user can add, remove, and edit the content, as well as simply visiting the website. Some wikis allow users to modify the website directly, while others require prior registration of the user. Wikis usually contain a system which records all changes made to items so that the page content can be reverted back if need be. Plugins. A plugin is a small computer program that understands how to interpret one specific data format. The plugin usually interacts with a specific program to provide a certain, usually very specific, function. When a new data format is invented, the plugin to handle the format must also be developed. For example, the plugin for an audio clip must be able to use audio hardware to convert the digitized format into sounds. Before the new format can be used, the plugin must be downloaded and used as an extension to the browser. Cookies. A cookie is some information that has been sent from the server of a website to the browser. Each time the user accesses that website, it communicates the cookie information to the server. This helps the web server to recognize the user. Cookies are used for authentication purposes to track users, to keep information on user preferences, and information on users when they are shopping online. A cookie is not a program, but simply some data, and therefore cannot perform any operations. Hence, it is virus-free.